Hi guys, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all things acne prone skin, combination skin, hyperpigmentation, and I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite go-to products to achieve like a spring summertime look. If you're like me and you love a really simple natural glam, very beginner's glam, then this video is for you. And if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. If you have not as yet, please hit the subscribe button below. That way you can stay tuned for all of my other videos coming out. And if you are someone who has watched my previous video, which was just an intro video, a little get to know me, thank you so much for returning. If there's anything that you see in this video, please go ahead and comment below. Love to hear your thoughts. If there's anything that I said that you need a little bit more explanation on, please drop it below and go ahead and like this video as well. Let's get into the makeup. So before we get into the makeup, I think it's really important that I just show you guys kind of what my natural skin looks like. So this is me, absolutely no makeup. I only just have some Essence toner on my skin right now that I'm actually testing out, which has my skin feeling so soft and smooth. I have no moisturizer on, no other serums, just the toner. It's actually not a toner, it's more of an essence. As you guys can see, it's looking great. And I'll give you guys a little close-up of my skin. So right now I'm dealing with some cystic acne, some hyperpigmentation marks. You guys can see I have pores, some blackheads, little whiteheads. I have all of it. I have this milia bump that is so annoying right here on my forehead. I actually have to go to like an esthetician dermatologist to get that removed. But this is my skin. And I love my skin, I love my face, I think I'm beautiful, and that's really all that matters. I really think it's important that we talk about skincare prep before makeup. So if you guys want to see a video on that, please let me know. But for me, just to jump quickly into it, I really don't like to over moisturize or over product my skin. I have that type of skin that you can kind of see everything. Like if I wear foundation, you can see it. Too much concealer, you can see it. And I just found that putting on too many products before I put on makeup is never good for me. I'm gonna use one of these little pushback thingies. I actually got this from Vaseline. They sent it to me for a slugging campaign that I'm going to participate in. So I'm probably going to put that on my Instagram and I will upload it onto my YouTube shorts at some point. My favorite lip product, this Laneige. I'm literally down. I actually have two more of these, so I'm just trying to finish one. And I just like stick it back in there, honestly. I'm trying to finish one of these. It's so good. This has lasted me like over a year. So the first thing I like to do is make sure that my skin is cleansed. I mentioned that earlier, just making sure that you have the skincare down. If you guys would like to see a video on like how I like to prep my skin before I put on any makeup, or sort of my go-to things if I'm gonna put on makeup really quick, but it's like towards the end of the day, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make a video on that. The first thing that you should do with any makeup like that you're doing, whether it's again full glam, no makeup look, whatever, a primer. And I'll like drop like a little info text down here below, but it's essentially like a layer of product that helps your skin not absorb all the makeup that you're putting on. And there's so many different primers out in the beauty industry right now. There's so many different ones that you can try for so many different skin concerns. I'm actually going to use this Pore Instant Perfector primer. I was sent this through Skeepers, which is like an influencer product review platform, and I've been using this for a good while now. It is one of those things that it's sort of an instant benefit primer, but also a long treatment primer. So you can wear this on its own or with your makeup and it still helps your acne. It is for visible pores. It has mushroom hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in it, so it's really great for anyone who has like acne prone skin. It's going to do the job. But this is how it looks. It's sort of like this green pasty color. What I really like about this primer is, first of all, when you put it on, you immediately get like this cooling effect on your skin, like as soon as you put it on. So this is perfect for the spring and summer days that are coming up. All of us who sweat, I have like combination skin, so I really struggle with finding products that kind of work for the various personalities of my skin. This is the primer on my skin, as you can see. It's really pretty. It dries down really nicely. It leaves kind of like a nice velvety smooth situation happening. And again, it has a nice cooling effect. And I really like to leave it for like 30 seconds. Let it dry all the way down to where you don't feel the product on your skin anymore. Take my NARS pot concealer and put a little bit on this plastic little makeup dish tray that I got from Amazon. And I'm going to conceal all these little hyperpigmentation and beauty marks. This NARS pot concealer is honestly one of the best concealers, I think, for acne prone skin because it is filled with yummy ingredients and it's also super high coverage. So if you're someone who you really want to cover the marks, like you don't want anyone to tell that you have acne, this is your go-to. So how I like to do it is I just put a little bit like on the dish. I kind of just like move it around a little bit and then I go ahead and I conceal right over the acne marks. And you can do this with a brush or you can use your finger. I like to use this brush. This is the Real Techniques. It's a deluxe crease brush, but honestly, I use it for concealer under my eyes and I love the way that it blends out everything. The color 2.5 and it's creme brulee, which is also my favorite dessert. At any areas where I am extremely red. And a little bit of this goes a long way, so you really want to make sure it's blended over. And then I'm just going to let that sit. You guys can see the skin is already looking good. It's already getting there. It's already getting there. So, so now I'm going to go in with the Fenty Eavesdrop this skin tint because it's buildable. I think this is a great foundation dupe if you're someone who doesn't like super high coverage, but you just want to look like you have a nice glam going on. This is it. A little bit of this goes a long way, so I'm going to go right into it. Let's get it. Another tip for anyone who has like acne prone skin, and I know everybody says this, but wash your foundation brushes. So I'm at the week where I need to wash my brush. Tip that I also stopped doing is I stopped using beauty blenders. I'm a beauty blender lover. I've always used beauty blenders, but recently in the last 2 weeks, I found that some of my acne was just like popping out of nowhere. It wasn't hormonal. I'm not stressed. You know, sometimes you can kind of tell why you got a pimple. You're like, damn, I ate like 3 slices of cake and a bunch of ice cream 2 nights before and now I have acne or now I have a couple flare-ups. I understand that. I'm about to menstruate. I get some acne, but sometimes it's kind of like so random that I know it's something that I'm doing topically to my face. So I stopped using beauty blenders. I'm sticking with brushes and I'm washing my brushes every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how much makeup I'm actually putting on. So that's like another little tip. And I'm gonna go ahead with the Eavesdrop and I would use my little plate, but I have my concealer on that, so it's fine. So I'm gonna do about 4 drops of that. And this is the color. It's a little bit darker than my face, but it matches my body. And it's like my summer spring color. And I'm just gonna pick that up. This is the Anisa Pinnacle foundation brush. This is the best foundation brush I've ever used in my life. It is amazing. I'm gonna show you guys a quick little swipe. So, like, look at that. Like, it literally... Do I need to say more? I mean, it's doing the thing, y'all. And one thing that I noticed is if you have acne, I think a lot of people are like, I want it to disappear. And I'm sure that there are better tricks that I can do, but sometimes I kind of also just let it be. Like right now you can't see how red it is, but you can see it protruding under my skin. You can cover it up again. But doing that sometimes only makes the acne kind of look more visible. Whereas, for example, this one that was on my mouth here, you guys can't see that anymore because it's fully healed and now it's just a hyperpigmentation mark. Or the ones on my cheeks, except for the ones that are still healing, you're gonna still see them. And honestly, you're still beautiful. I'm still beautiful. That does not make or break me. I'm gonna go ahead with a couple more drops of that. Also, another trick when I'm putting on my foundation, I do put some here, but I lightly do my nose and my pore area because I'm gonna put on concealer. I also try to avoid right underneath the eye because that can start looking cakey if you have foundation and then you put concealer right underneath. I sort of like to avoid that area. Always bring it down the neck And like if you have your hair back, you know, put some on your ears. So right now I am actually going to set my skin a little bit. This is like a little thing I like to do before I put on more makeup, and every stage of my makeup I like to do a little misty. Right now I'm really obsessed with this Rare Beauty 4-in-1 mist. I've tried so many mists. I mean, I have like minis, I have like drugstore. They're all are really great. I actually just ordered the Onesize like matte setting spray too, so I can't wait to do a review on that for you guys. I'm gonna set this base with this Rare Beauty 4-in-1 mist. I love this because it really just gives your skin like a breath of life, and it feels so lightweight, and I just love it. And then I'm gonna go in and then just lightly pat. You don't want to pat too much to create any like movement of the foundation, but as you guys can see, you can even catch the light happening on my skin right now. Super glowy, and this is like how I love my foundation base. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my brows. I can do a different video showing you guys how I do my brows, but I'm a very basic brow girl. I'm just gonna use this Anastasia Beverly Hill. It's the Brow Freeze. I wish that the ABH Brow Freeze came in like something like this, because it's a great product, but I have to do this like weird sweeping motion to like get some of it out, and then it all goes on the tip, and I just like roll it throughout the brush. These spoolies from Pink Honey, which is like a UK brand. You can get like, I think I got like 15 or 20 of these spoolies for like $4. I do think that there's some on Amazon as well, but these are where these little pink ones are from. And then I'm just gonna brush this up through my eyebrows to brush these up, and then do the top, and then I like press down on the ends. Let's move on to contour. So one of my current favorite contour products is the MakeupbyMario contour sticks. Whatever your level of makeup skill is, it's really easy to use. It also comes with like this little brush in the back, which has like these little, I don't know if you guys can tell, these 4 little like bumps that help sort of like, you guys can see them. They help really blend out. I personally wish that this was like a little bit longer. I feel like it's like too short and stubble. So I don't really use it, but I do think it's great for anyone. If you're traveling, if you're in a pinch, you don't want to bring a bunch of different brushes, it's good to know that this is there. This is in the color light medium, and this is the soft sculpt shaping stick. I really love this. I use this almost every day, and I honestly just wipe it right on. Sometimes I take a brush, and this is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I just dab it on, and then I tap it on, and then I blend it out. However, if you feel like using a stick is a little bit scary, like you don't know where to place it, and that just like gives you the heebie-jeebies, you can also go in with a contour that's more of like a hot pour, which comes sort of like in a, you know, base like this. And this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, and as you guys can tell, I've used this quite a lot. Another trick, if you don't want to just wipe on your face, just use the corner of the stick. So instead of doing this, you kind of do this, so you get this small line instead of like a thick fat line, which is obviously harder to blend out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I like to place it right here on the bridges of my nose, and now I'm just gonna go from my brow down here, and I do this with a very light hand. I hate contours that you can see. Like if anyone contours their nose and I can see where it all leaves and ends, you know, to each his own, however you feel beautiful, but that's not how I like to do mine. So I just very lightly do this, and I kind of like to stop like right here. Maybe I'll go down a little bit more, and then right where the ball of my nose is. And I'm mixed, okay? I got a big nose. I don't have a huge nose, but I got a nose. And so I've always been teased about it my whole life. And so I like to do like a little line right above. You can literally even start blending it out with your finger like I am right now if you feel like you did a little bit too much. And you can already start to see the shape happening. So boom, the contour is on. We're gonna blend that out. Before you blend out anything again, I spray my brushes at this point just to make sure that they are nice and lubricated, and then I go in with a patting motion first. And you never want to, like when I'm contouring or when I'm bronzing, whatever I'm doing, you never want to pull the product down. You want to do like patting upward motions. This is going to keep the product in place and stay exactly where you want it to be and not have it move around too much. And look how easily that blended out. I'm done. This is nice and easily blended out. I'm getting a little bit of warmth back to the skin. And then for this part of my nose, I'm literally just going to do this. I think that's like a little bit more, it's just smaller so that you have better control. I could never use like a fat brush to do this because honestly I feel like it just like moves, and you still have to do the concealer part, so don't worry if this looks not exactly how you want it to. Now onto concealers. So concealers can be really hard for anyone who has acne prone skin because you really want to make sure that the ingredients used aren't going to be pore clogging, aren't going to be heavy, because right here in this area is where all of your pores really lie. And if you use a concealer that's just like not formatted to your skin, you're going to be able to kind of like see it more visibly, and it's just not going to be cute. I've tested quite a lot of concealers. I know there are still a few that I have not tested, so again, I'm here to learn with you guys, and every single time I get a new product, I'm going to make a video about it and try it. So right now, I'm actually really liking this Revlon Color Stay Skin Awakening Caffeine Vitamin C. You can find this in your drugstore, and this is in the color 15. It's light pale. What's up? And another drugstore favorite is this e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. So this is like what I use if I'm going out on the town, going out with my friends. I'm gonna be drinking, I'm gonna be dancing. I know I'm gonna be sweating. This just gives you like that really bright, beautiful eye effect. I'm not gonna be using this today, but it's another drugstore favorite that I like. I am gonna be mixing the Lancome Tint Ultra Extra. I really love this concealer. It is so good. I actually have to pick up another one because I'm literally like scooping the sides of this to get it out. But I'm gonna layer these. So I'm gonna start first with the Color Stay. I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the corner right here. What I like about this is, as you can see, it's like a very bright yellow undertone. So I have like a yellow undertone skin. So this is gonna look really nice when I blend it out. And it's gonna give me that brightening effect. I also like to kind of take it up here, make like a little baby C, and then a little bit here. The concealer that's more matched to my skin tone is in the color 260. I also really love this applicator, like the doe foot. It's just, look at that. It's really nice. And then I'm just gonna lightly, right over that, go down. And I kind of make like an L. And then I also conceal those same areas, you know, where I get red. I do a little bit on my chin and then on the forehead. There's a little bit people down the nose, like I'm using what's left over. And then right at the tip of my nose, a small little dot. Real Techniques 300 brush. I really love this. I go ahead and I spray this, and this is the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Setting Mist. I love this. Look at the spray. It's just, it literally feels so good on the skin. I'm gonna spray a little bit of that on the brush so that I can start blending. I like to do a little pressing motion and really move the product along the areas while I look up. Right? If you're someone who has like dry under eyes, prep your under eyes skincare again. Like I said, if you guys want to see a video on like the skin prep before makeup, I'm so happy to do it. Just leave it in the comments. Again, to meet where I contoured my nose. And then I just tap, 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 look up and tap. Now this is like where I kind of miss my beauty blenders, because they're so good for under the eye area, but honestly I think that's why my pores were looking super clogged, and sort of like no matter what I was doing, exfoliating, you know, getting facials, doing all the things, like I just felt like my pores were always clogged. And so now I use these puffers. You usually use them for setting your face with powder, but I've actually kind of loved using it to blend out the under eye before that. I got this pack on Amazon. I will link my Amazon storefront if you guys would like to check it out. Motion, I just underneath push it in. At this point, your base should feel pretty set, and now this is like where you add blush, where you warm up the skin. So let's jump right into that. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this Skin Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer by Makeup. This is by Makeup by Mario. This is in the color medium. And I'm just gonna take like a fluffy contour brush. This is the Alley Oop brush. This is like a multi-purpose brush. It has like all the things you need in one brush. It's really great. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, swirl it on, tap it on, and then lightly dust right over. Look how pretty that is. Right over that contour, and it's just gonna warm back up the skin before I put on any powders. And again, I'm more of a cream product girl. I just feel like it looks best on my skin, and I don't know, I like it. I don't know what else to tell you, I just do. So I just take a little bit of this, and I'm just gonna warm up the skin. I'm gonna go in with my cream blush now, and this is the Makeup by Mario blush, and this is in the color Pale Petal. I really love this, and I actually don't like to swipe this on my face. I feel like it moves the product. What I like to do is roll it up and then just take this is the Morphe M536 brush. I don't even know if this is like an appropriate blush, but I use it, and I just take some on the thing, I tap it all around, make sure it's nicely blended, and then I smile, and I like to apply my my blush from the top of my cheekbones to right here. I know some people like to do the apples of their cheeks. I'm more of like a high blush girly. You can do whatever kind of feels better for your face. If you guys would like to see like a video more about blushes, like I said before, let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to do it. Look, I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. I have tried a bunch of different blushes, and I do have other favorites that I honestly, I'm just like, the blush game right now in the cosmetic industry, beauty industry it's amazing. I love it. It's a great time to be alive. Not for my pockets, but for the makeup. Okay, so now that all the cream is set, and like I said, at this point, you guys can kind of, you know, you can decide whether you want to set this with powder. I do think that a little powder setting is helpful when you're using cream products. It just helps keep everything in place. I'm gonna go in with this little mini Charlotte Tilbury. It's like her powder, finishing powder, and it's in the color Fair. I'm gonna take a light fluffy like eyeshadow brush, like something like this. I don't even know, this is like a crease brush. I don't even know what brand this is from, but I'm gonna take a little bit on this, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to look up, and then I'm just gonna sweep it underneath my eyes. And I like doing this. I actually saw this on TikTok from, I believe it was Patrick Ta, who was doing Alex Earl's makeup, and he said that doing this before you actually set, like you bake, helps your under eyes kind of stay in place and keeps the crease from creasing too much, like under your eyes, and it just gives you like a more flawless finish. So I have been doing this for a while, and I just take the excess and like do it under my nose, over the chin. I take some over like any of the acne that I really want like the product to stay in place on. Makeup by Mario Sculpt Transforming Skin Protector. The Real Techniques 400 Blush Brush. I love this. I use this kind of like as an all over blush, like brush, and I just sweep this kind of like loosely all over the face. Now, setting powders are also really, really important for people who have acne prone skin or combination skin or textured skin, because the wrong powder can kind of, you know, make your skin look worse or kind of like ruin all of the hard work that you just did on your makeup. These three, so this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter, and this is in the color Butter. I really love this. It's very soft, very like easy to use. I do think that this is more of like a brightening color, like this butter color. The House Labs, guys, this is the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I don't know what's in here. Also, the foundation is, love it. This is like amazing. I love this. It looks so good. I like the packaging. I do wish that like it has this little sponge where you like dip your puffer into. I kind of wish I could just shake it out, but at the end of the day, the powder is really good. Today, I'm actually just going to be using the Onesize setting powder. This one I've been obsessed with. I've been using quite a lot. I like to just throw a little bit out. All these powders are non-pore clogging, and they work great on textured skin, acne prone skin, and trust me, if you use it, you'll love it. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my little puffer powder in here and just dip off a little bit of the excess. And I'm gonna hold my mirror. Again, you wanna hold it like this. And I'm gonna look up, and I'm gonna start from alongside my nose, press down, and then look up. And I'm doing this up and down motion up and down motion, and I'm gonna bring it out. Now, how much powder you want to use is really up to you. Like, there is no amount that is right or wrong. You just have to use enough to absorb the oil. A lot of people really like to pack on the powder to give it that like, whew, like look. I personally am not a fan of that unless I'm like going out on the town. For like my everyday kind of like soft natural glam, I like to keep it a little bit more natural. I also like to take a little bit like this and just do a tad bit down the nose. I also learned this from Patrick Ta. I go over my chin, my nose area, and then I kind of take what's left in the cup or on the sponge and then just clean up this to give you that snatched situation. This, I like to set it for a little bit. The longer you leave it on, the more baked it will kind of look. So since I'm going for like a natural soft look, I'm not going to leave it on for too long. I'm going to dust it away using this setting brush from Real Techniques, and it's the brush number 402. And I'm actually going to kind of press it in and scoop. Press it in and scoop. It wasn't until I got diagnosed with celiac disease that my acne really started acting up. So I understand what it feels like when you're like, I never had acne and now I have all this shit on my face, and you're like, what the fuck? It's annoying. You feel slapped in the face by God himself. But you know what? I've learned that I'm still beautiful. I'm still a baddie. I really am. And confidence is all about how you feel about yourself and how you allow others to treat you. And if you feel like a baddie, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna just exert that when you talk to people. And that's my only tip with that, honestly. Everyone struggles with confidence. Even the most baddest bitch in the world, even the most gorgeous supermodel, the most talented actress, the most, you know, wealthy businessman, everybody struggles with confidence. It's totally normal. It's a human trait. I think I'm actually gonna put on a little powder, but blush powder. Lawless Velvet Blush in the color Desert Rose. It's a talc-free blush. Again, Lawless is one of those brands that's really great for like acne prone skin, textured skin. They make a lot of clean, vegan free like products. So I'm going to take a little bit of that same blush brush from Real Techniques and just dab it lightly. This color is like very bright, so I want to lightly just dab it right over where I had placed the blush. The blush before. See, it just gives my skin a little bit more color. So now that I've added a little bit of that blush powder, I'm pretty much done with my makeup at this point. I am going to do a little lip, but before I do that and my mascara, I'm going to set my skin so that the mist and the setting spray can kind of absorb and give my skin some life. So this Jumbo Continuous Mist Skin, it's so important that you test out like mist products before you buy them to make sure that it's a seamless mist. You don't want to get something that has like a rainwater of mist coming on your skin, because that's just going to separate your makeup. And then you want a fan, and you want to try not to like move your face too much. If you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram, is this Telescopic mascara by Loreal. I've used this since college. Like, I've repurchased this, I can't even tell you, hundreds of times. This is a brand new one actually. It just got, I love the sound of that. And I really just love the applicator. It has like these thin like microfiber little, you can't even really see them on the camera truthfully. But it just grabs every little baby lash, and the formula is really great. I know that L'Oreal came out with another telescopic, and I think I actually have that here too. One here. I liked it. I just felt like the formula wasn't as good. So I'm gonna stick with the original one. Look at that lift. And that's just like one cup. This Rare Beauty liner, and this is in the color Fawn. Obsessed with these liners. I love that it has like this retractable thing. There's nothing more annoying than having to sharpen a lip liner or a lip eyeliner. Like, I don't know. I line my lips pretty naturally. I do a little bit over my natural lip line. So you can start from this end and just follow it and allow the tip to kind of like create that natural overarch for you. This color too, it's like a orangey, like coral brown, and I think it's perfect for the spring. The Rare Beauty matte lipstick in the color Lively sort of like matches that corally peach nude. Like, look how perfect. This is my springy summertime look. I think it looks very beautiful, very natural, and it's great for acne prone skin. If you have skin that you're like, oh, I just want to look like I have a little bit of makeup on, I want to look like I have great hydrated skin, all of these products, definitely you guys should try them out. If there's anything in the video that I said that you guys would like a little bit more, like information, explanation about, drop it in the comments below and I'll be sure to do that. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. And again, please like, comment, and subscribe below.